we are back with our guest, Jordan Davis of the Love Blerds.
Yeah.
There you go. And your Kickstarter, which I'm actually really looking forward to, Sugar Spice.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the Kickstarter first.
Firstly, well, I just want to thank you. Like 100% from the bottom of my heart to you and everybody on this platform. Thank you for extending an offer to be on here. I really appreciate it. And more importantly, I'm grateful. And yeah, just thank you.
We should be thanking you.
Mm.
First off, thank you for the kind words, but we should be thanking you because this is kind of what we do. We bring on Blerd creatives who have some dope projects and they're going somewhere and they're putting something out there other than the saying rigmarole. You know what I'm trying to say.
Rigmarole.
The same old. You know what I mean?
It's vigorous, yeah.
You know, and because we want something new, and who always has new stuff? Our people. We have stuff that nobody else thinks of. We think outside the box. We influence culture. We influence everything around us. So thank you once again for just doing what you're doing, and just I'm just tripping over Love Blerds. And then when I read about Sugar Spice, I'm like, oh yeah.
If you like Love Blerds, you're gonna love Sugar Spice. I'm doing the comedy and the action. So for those people that don't know, Sugar Spice is an action adventure sci-fi comedy about three girls that join a galactic space defense force and are thrown into the middle of protecting our solar system from an invading extragalactic astral entity. It's a lot of words right there.
All right.
But
Wow.
it comes together perfectly. We've got the technology, the sci-fi, the cool fights, the gadgets. And I don't like comparing like, oh, it's like so and so and so and so, blah blah blah. I don't like doing that. We're doing something nobody else has done, and I'm just so grateful to have the team behind me because this went from an idea to pen and pad to hey, let's put this on the front burner. Let's raise the funds. Let's have this Kickstarter. And now here we sit, December 5th. We had our first fully funded Kickstarter campaign. And
Congratulations.
I'm talking about.
round of applause to everybody.
There's that. There's some of the
Thank y'all
drawings
so
in
much
there.
That
for
looks
the
incredible.
for any and all support. And the artwork is done by the main artist Briani. She also submitted the intellectual property, and it's Blacklight Vision's job to put the intellectual property into development and to assist her with the writing, marketing, and everything she needs in order to get it from that idea into a webcomic, which was her chosen medium. And yeah, it's this first issue is going to introduce the world. There will be some action, comedy. It'll introduce the characters and just give a good idea for what we're setting up for. And we've written out probably 50 issues, 50 episodes of it. So it's like
Good Jesus.
Nice.
God damn.
He's ahead of the curve.
Yeah,
I'm
we
ready
can
for it.
combine it, but like we're just going to keep rolling. And then so with this Kickstarter, we got the blueprint now. We got the blueprint. We know what it takes, and Blacklight Visions is going to help other entrepreneurs, creatives, artists writers figure out exactly what they need in order to make their own blueprint, or just take what they need so they can find their own success. And I'm just happy that y'all, it's hard to find a team, because let me tell you,
you're preaching to the choir.
Not everybody, and I'm sorry for rambling, not everybody will take an L with you. Let me tell you that.
Say that again.
Hold on.
That's a word.
Say it again.
That is a
Not
word.
everybody will
Speak
take an
that
L
truth.
with you.
Speak it.
Your own mama will be like, "Oh, what?
You do
No."
you doing some wild mess on these internets here. What you doing? What you doing? That ain't making no money. What you talking about?
That
You're
was a
drawing all day
word.
long.
I don't think people understood. That was a word, my friend.
Yeah,
I don't think they understand. Say that again.
Not everybody will take an L with you. Is the team we've been building. I've been building Blacklight Vision since 2019, 2018. I hit rock bottom and dedicated my life to Blerddom, and hopped on the good foot and never stopped. But I went through a lot. I sacrificed everything. I'm not being hard on myself. I was a failure as a lot. I'm not even going to get into specifics. I was a failure at different aspects in life. And then I was like, God damn. And I figured out my purpose in life. And that changed everything. That and God. I don't talk about religion, but don't get me started talking about God.
Come on, y'all.
Let me help.
Father
you
will
out
do
here.
it. Don't get it twisted. Father will do it.
Don't look at it as you only look at it as failure if you didn't try.
Yeah.
That's
Or learn.
or learn. That's the key. People that think that people that say, "Oh, I failed at this and I failed." Did you try? I did, and I did get. You already surpassed what somebody chose not to do.
Right.
Yep.
So, yeah,
you are already there. What if everything you're working towards is right on time? What if God believes in you? All right, I'm done. I'm done.
I thought you were gonna start doing God did for a second. I started playing DJ Khaled for a second.
So I got to get some church organ
I'm
sound
done.
bites here next.
But yeah, so Sugar Spice, it's an amazing project. I'm super glad we're working on it. The first issue should be finished. We're winding down right now because of the holiday, but come January 1st, development will be in full steam. We're doing some things. We got some storyboards and some panels that we're working on, but it's like, whoa, it's coming to life, and it's amazing. But yeah, so if you haven't already, make sure to follow Go Sugar Spice at Go Sugar Spice, and we're on pretty much all the platforms with that, and we'll be posting updates consistently starting in January, so people can have a behind the scenes look at how we handle things. Like, everybody does their thing, and then it gets pushed down the workflow, and it's an amazing process. And yeah, I couldn't do it by myself. So yeah, teamwork is the dream. But yeah, that's Sugar Spice in a nutshell.
That's what's up.
That's dope.
I love it. I love
That
it.
is dope.
I don't just love things just for the sake of loving them.
I just
Kid friendly.
I remember the first time that I saw any iteration of you specifically, and that was definitely during the pandemic. And I've always yeah, buddy. I've been in the background for a long time.
Yep, she's been stalking you for a minute. Yep.
Pretty much.
You know what it is? There's something about you and your aura and whatever energy you're giving. Like, I had faith that you your wheels that were spinning were going to catch ground and you were going to take off.
Thank you.
And I'm so glad that you found whatever you needed to in order to find your base, to find your foundation for you to start growing and sprouting instead of like just holding on for dear life to something. I'm glad you found something. No, dude, I was right there with you. I'm like, wait, I don't know what where am I supposed to go? Okay, all right, well, I got something. Let me go on and do it.
It gets like that, and I'm appreciative and grateful, blessed to have your support this whole time, because it's not, I go by quantity, I go by quality, not quantity. Just like if I only had 10 people on my Instagram, and then people look at my page and say, you only got 10 people following you, then you find out they're all billionaires. Like it's 10 billionaires that follow me. And then it's like, oh my God, cool. Wow.
I never knew.
Oh. You know,
like, because at that point, nothing else matters, right? It doesn't matter what who's following or how many people are following you. It matters who's following you, who's keeping up with you, who's keeping their eye on what you're working on, because they're going to say, hey, that we've been needing something like that. Seeing these sketches, shout out to Breeze Knees, seeing those sketches is just what we need. Seriously, like, especially for the Blerd culture, because and I'm gonna get on this high horse, Tiana Paris as Photon. They ain't say it, but seeing her behind the scenes trying on her suit for the first time, young Black girls need to see that.
That's right.
They need to see themselves be excited to be the superhero, be excited to be the super spy, be excited. They need to see that, you know. That's good ground. Like, when you see number 5 from Kids Next Door be the badass that she is, shout out to Cree Summer, shameless plug. But to know like she really was one of our favorite characters, because she was for the shits. she did not care. She was like, so seeing that type of action and just like, yeah, that fits the bill. They need to see that.
Chris, I'm so glad you said that. You're spot on, bro. We decided to frame Sugar Spice as, and we do this with all of our intellectual properties, but name 3 Black girls that saved the solar system. And that's going to be Sugar Spice whenever we're done. And it's going to be like exactly like you said, it's about time. They need to look and like, yes, we can save the world. And then more importantly, this wave of Black creatives, we're not the first people to develop intellectual properties of this capacity in the genre, or we're not the first, we're just the first wave that's had this level of opportunity, because I started in 2009, like researching and wanting to do stuff, and my mind was blown, like how many different universes and Black comics were all like underground and not being they weren't working together or creating opportunity. And now we have more momentum with social media and representation in mainstream movies where they put us in these positive roles. Still some sidekick stuff that I don't like, but we're starting to see more possibilities for opportunities of mixed media showing us saving XYZ, and all we had to do was put ABC together, and it's time. I said all that to wrap up. It's time.
I think when you see characters like you just like the characters you have for Sugar Spice, the characters I just mentioned, when you see, wait till Storm hits the screen. You know, when you see these tears, when you see Okoye and Shuri and the like, that does it. If you thought Black Panther was doing something for young Black boys, and then seeing the
again, they better not mess this up. Marvel better not mess this up.
Like if you really want to pay attention, the content is out there. I've seen conversations so many times saying, name 3 black people who aren't Storm, and so I'm like, hey, Vixen, Black Lightning, John Stewart. I'm about to run down the list because we see ourselves in these people. So when you see original created content from people that look like us, that's the double-edged sword now. Because it's like, not only are they creating characters that look like us, they're by us. And that makes it that much more important because we understand the stories. We understand where they're coming from. We understand the concept of why they're here and in their look. The freaking looks. They just now started getting Storm's hair just right.
And that's occasionally still.
She had her hair was permed, right?
For the longest time. For the longest time. Now
it was coiffed.
They just now get into that kinky curly look. I'm like, it took y'all long enough.
She had a perm mohawk.
I will say that her creator did say, oh, she's supposed to be the most beautiful thing. That's how I created her. Thank God you got that. I will give you that because I ain't seen the look she ain't pulled off yet. So
Mama stay fly.
Oh, so look, one of the characters, Cherie in Sugar Spice, she constantly changes her hair. So
I love it.
That's gonna be we're including that a lot of cultural influences into our work, and I want in most of our intellectual properties there might be a character that changes their hair all the time, so we can show the importance and creativity we naturally have with our hair. Like mine's is, I hate my hair. But
you see the top of my head, right? I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it.
Navy
was gonna go straight to it. I saw that coming. It's like
somewhere there's a moonshine popping on my head, and I'm taking out our armada right now. Don't do it.
Shut it down.
Let's talk about the Love Blerds. Well, how did that come about? Because seeing these memes are hilarious.
So the great question, Chris. Love Blerds started as an experiment, as a project to we were recovering from our first L from Blacklight Studios. Before Blacklight Visions, it was Blacklight Studios. It was so bad I had to change the name. That's how bad it was.
Wow.
Like there was a writer trying to sue me, and I was like, sue me. I was like, I'm not. I'm a kind person. I'm a kind person, and they thought I was being nice, and I'm like, man, I don't know who you talk to where you can say I'm gonna sue you and then like continue to have a conversation with, like, you're gonna talk to my lawyer, like you think you're gonna threaten me, like over my like, I don't know. Some people, they only get on your boat, they only get on your ship because they want to be the captain. It's the only reason they're on there. They'll get on there like, oh man, this is real nice, man. And had a snake in the midst, had to get them out. We took a L, had to change the name and everything, had to remove a whole bunch of stuff. And then we're recovering from that. I'm like, it's okay, guys. It's like your parents arguing at the dinner table and you're still trying to eat, trying to get it back together. And then I'm like, let me take these Wojak meme characters and do my version of humor, because I've never made a comic. And I was like, I can't draw. I can make some jokes. Let me do some see how people like these four panel Wojak meme jokes about like a black nerd stuff, and the first one I posted got like 300 likes, and I was like, "Get the fuck out!" I was like, "What?" I was like,
Shut the front door. There we
We
go.
are. We can be a simple people.
What'd you say?
We can be a simple people.
Very
Right.
simple. The very first one said, it was like ... and then and it's two girls talking. And it was like ... and the one girl was like, and she was a Titan the whole time. Isn't that crazy? And the other girl was like, is this one of those anime things? And then she was like, she cursed her out in Japanese, and then the other girl walked away, and that got like 300 likes. And I was like, I had never gotten that many likes. I was like, okay, I think people like it. So I kept doing it. I kept doing my version, and then I started asking for topic submissions, and I was like, hey, what do y'all want? And people started hitting me with their trauma, and I was like, okay, cool. Doop doop doop, toxic family, fake hoteps, anti-blackness, colorism, and I'm like, hey, whatever, do. And then people are telling me like, you're a hurt soul. You need therapy. And I'm like, my family, I don't have toxic family. Like I'm fine. Somebody asked me to make this, and I made it. And you're like, I don't know. I don't care about comments, right? So luckily, my father taught me to ignore people's opinions and stuff, and it translated online very well. But so then I decided, I was like, what if I made a series out of this? And I was like, it could be, I started writing. I write too. So I started sketching up what it could be about. And I was like, I want it to break the fourth wall. That way I can make fun of stuff and a parody. I can do parody. And over the top fantasy action slice of life with fourth wall comedy, and it translated perfectly. I don't like saying stuff like XYZ, but imagine the Boondocks, but over the top anime parody type, like
like Boondocks and Family Guy.
Right.
Yeah, or an Excel Saga or Golden Boy.
He said Excel Saga. Golly.
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, sir.
I'm not that young. I'm not that young.
The Shin Chan of Blerddom. There you go.
Yes. And then somebody, I asked people for names, and somebody came up with, not somebody, the guy Ricky said love Blerds, and then I was like, boom. And then I decided to take it over the top and made him have a thank you. Made him have a rogue student that was a toxic playboy that he taught dark arts, and the dude was like a woke. He was like, he wanted to redo civilization or the economy and everything. So it was like the main character kind of became an antagonist to the anti-hero. And I'm writing it, and I'm like, this is crazy. And then
I'm sorry,
also,
that last one made me laugh out loud. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I'm like, it's you. Please no.
I finally found a geek. I said, all right, good for you. No.
So
we live that life every day. We live that life every day. Like, no, you, nah.
You're in now. We're in now.
You can do it like I did my wife when I kind of sprung the whole X-Men thing on her, and she's like, wait. And I'm like, oh, sweetie, I'm sorry. You're in now.
You're in.
It was a different thing then. It was 20 years ago. I'm like, oh, you're in now, dear. I'm sorry.
You ain't going.
You know that line Rorschach.
You ain't going nowhere.
You know that line Rorschach does in Watchmen. He's like, oh, I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me.
I got you for 3 minutes of playtime. 3 whole minutes.
Yeah, hit him with the 3 minutes.
Yeah, right there.
So
Oh my goodness.
yeah, I just decided to take it over the top and keep it in the I mean, I like anime, of course, but if I had to choose between kung fu movies, comics, and anime, I'm going to go for the gun. I'm going to go for the gun. I can't possibly. I'm going to go for the gun and get shot. I swear to God, that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to be like, oh, no, you don't. And they're going to be like, wow. And I'm like, like, dang, he couldn't make up his mind. He could have just picked one.
He's like, he should have bobbed instead of weaved.
Yeah, you should have just
pick a struggle, ladies and gentlemen. Pick a struggle.
And then I ended up putting a cybernetic intergalactic space warrior dolphin from a future dimension that has plot armor.
Okay,
It's a mouthful. That is
Yeah.
a mouthful.
Oh, so plot armor is the power system for Love Blerd. And I thought that would be a hilarious way to punch all these plot-driven, whatchamacallits, and these fallacies, these plot fallacies in the face, because like that's his power is he's a main character. He's a main character. He's going to win. The protagonist or anti-hero or rival, they get to do rival stuff. You know, they'll be like, wait a minute, why don't I just combine the powers I didn't think about combining at the right time? I said, let's do that. And then it's like, and then it would be like super over the top, super over the top animation, like, wow, like that's really good, is what I imagine. But the lead up to it would be anticlimactic and anticlimactic and very, very bland with the writing. But I want to
sort of like watching Power Rangers, and you're just like, who's letting these guys get off announcing every time they get ready to fight?
Like a Power Rangers comedy parody, if you will.
Like the monster's just standing there, like, hey, I'm just, got time.
Yeah, just
Angel
go on,
Girl
do your
going
thing.
away.
Go on, power up. Don't give a fuck.
It's like, what, 5 of y'all? Okay, go ahead. I got time. No,
Sparks for all y'all motherfuckers.
I thought that was so annoying.
I gives not a damn, absolutely.
Right.
You don't
no
want
hate, no hate to the Power Rangers. Like
the upward
still
flash sparks. That's always bad news. You're always gonna
leave the scorch right there. To leave that little scorch. Some tough ass leotards.
Scorch.
All that damage and not one spot. Not one spot, not one burn mark.
We gotta combine our powers.
So, unless you're Tommy, in which case you got hands for everybody. So you got Sugar Spice. What do you have next planned for that?
All right. So what's next for Sugar Spice? Wait, what's next for Sugar Spice or another property?
Or another property.
Okay, so I want to take Love.
Oh wait, before you do that, people that are listening and watching out there, spoiler alert. All the news here.
Right.
He just wanted to hit buttons.
I do. Let's see what this one does. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
You never know.
So what you got?
We want to take Love Blerds to a different medium. I want to do small little bits of animation, but animation is very expensive. So we might just end up doing like a little web comic or animatics.
So we
But
might know some people.
I want to pull it to a different medium. We have we might be bringing back Advent Wildfire Genesis, which was our flagship intellectual property that took the L, but paved the way for everything else. Sugar Spice. After the webcomic is done, we will print. We will print some. So we will take it from webcomic and print some comics for it. And then we have one new intellectual property that's been in development for about half a year. Haven't talked about it. It's been under wraps perfectly. But I can just give you the genre and how can supernatural detective supernatural mystery detective.
Sold.
I'm not. I'd like to hear more.
I'm a big fan of Death Note. I'm a big fan of the cat and mouse type things. Big fan of those. And this one is there's a sci-fi element and also a supernatural element to it. Not like Death Note, but it's going to be very good. I can't say too much besides that right now, but definitely January 1st, I'll be able to, or maybe I could drop a scoop here because
please do, because people
we haven't had one of those yet this season.
Go on,
Yes.
Put your bad self.
You wouldn't be the first.
Let's
Go ahead, pass
Well,
this.
he'll be the first this season.
Go ahead, pass this. All right.
Here's a scoop, and it's okay because I'm mentally figuring it out. I'm going to be announcing it in a couple weeks anyway, so it's fine. Nobody can steal it. We made it to the last stretch. The intellectual property we're going to be revealing is called Data, and it's about the main character gains a power and decides to change the world.
So you might want to come see us over at Blerd Station.
I'm ready for this.
Because Blerd Station is a new streaming service that's Black owned, of course. Shout out to Kevin Murphy.
Right.
And we
I've seen yeah. I mean, continue. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna give you the details after the show. Or I'll get us connected. But we're doing speculative fiction, Black owned content, by us, for us, by us. $10.99 to pay into the service after 36 months. You own a piece of the company. You own a share of the company. So no more Netflix taking your show and putting it on there, and then we're gonna snatch it away, and then we're gonna raise the prices, and you don't get no show. None of that. No. All original content, all original characters, all original everything.
Right.
There's quite a bit of stuff that we're working on right now. So, and we're the press team, and also me and Kira are running the voice work department of the whole thing. So we're gonna be looking for voice actors pretty soon for a couple projects. So,
all right.
But yeah, I'll get you connected. Because when you said animations, and I'm like, I think we know some people. So
a few.
We might know a few ways to get you into a few things. Is what we trying to say.
I appreciate that.
And people kick doors open for us. We said we're going to do the same for everybody else. Like
that's amazing, and yeah, y'all are gonna love Data, and then also we'll talk because there's one or two more other intellectual properties that you might be interested in, and then also I can help with intellectual. I gotta stop saying. I'm tired of saying intellectual property. I can help with the development as well. So it's like, we're
gonna talk. We're gonna talk.
We're gonna talk.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. Let's go.
We're gonna talk. We definitely gonna talk. So first off, Jordan, thank you for the kind words. Thank you for having something like Sugar Spice up, because I'm looking forward to that. As a fan of someone who likes Kids Next Door, Powerpuff Girls, I just like seeing girls kick ass. Unlike certain misogynistic groups out there.
You know who you are.
Say it.
We do not do that here.
No, we don't do that here. I'm very much about seeing our fair sexed counterparts really show up and show out. So
one of them, one of the girls is so the three girls in Sugar Spice. You have the leader Lolita, the tech girl Cherie, and then you have the combat specialist Honey.
I love that she's the combat specialist.
So Honey is like
she's Kira.
She's badass. Honey is badass.
She's the buttercup of the bunch. Huh?
Cherie can't fight that well. Lolita has mastered all the academy techniques, right? So she's like the balanced character, but Honey is like a splow, blah blah, hold through the robot, like damn. And she's
that's
got
Kira.
like, the strength augmentation, and braces. She's badass. She's formless too.
Oh, I love it. I love seeing this type of work. Say, man, I'm saying you remind him of Ryan Coogler.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, he called me Pastor John.
He's been.
Oh, you've been Pastor Jordan for about a good 15-20 minutes now.
Oh yeah. It's locked
An
in.
hour.
It's locked
An
in.
hour.
He was in here taking us to church.
Yeah.
Here it
I'm
is.
rocking in my
Thug
chair
tears.
like a deacon right now.
The Blerd pastor is spoken. We don't even have a Blerd pastor in our culture's group, do we? We don't have a Blerd pastor, do we?
No, we don't
We
have a
got one
pastor. We don't have a pastor offering.
Amen, Pastor. Amen.
Pastor Jordan said, "I was down, but I was not out." But God
led me through the lightning.
Sometimes Jordan is a river. Sometimes he's a bird.
Oh,
I've been down by the river.
A blood with a word.
Pastor Jordan, the Blerd with the word. That's it, right?
Why is that gonna be? That's gonna be a commercial. I see that coming.
Oh my God! Yeah, here it is. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna do our sign off and do a little thing. We'll be right back.